Hey guys, we are back. Been doing a few little updates here and there. One of the things I did, if you guys remember, pretty much everything that was coming out of this core miner was going into chests, and of course, as soon as the chests fill up, everything backs up and stops. There's a bunch of different feedback loops and what have you. So I went ahead and set this all up. This one's running up to my copper smelting, my iron smelting. This is running into my stone supply. This is running into the coal supply for the refinery. The only one that I'm boxing up is uranium, because there's really not that much of it that comes out of here. So we're just going to box it up for now, and we'll just hand carry it over, as need be. Of course, when you do all of this, one of the things you end up with is steam, and I was tanking the steam for a long time. Had a couple of tanks here, and then I remembered you can turn steam back into water in a chem plant. So we're going to go ahead and turn it back into water, and we're injecting it back into the system, and just making a loop with that. Now this stone here, I've just got it picking up out of a provider chest. I'll probably at some point run that down and hook that up to my stone line as well. But this should pretty much keep everything, flowing there, and it just goes up and goes into my smelting, and I've just kind of joined it in along the way in both of these areas. So just to give you a quick look see. So basically just comes up, the two lines for iron and copper come up, and they're tacked on with splitters, one there, one over at the iron, and they just the little bit that we're getting like 6 at a time are going to go to there. I've created a few odds and ends, little bootstrap manufacturing, if you will. Nothing in mass quantities, because the stuff that I need I don't need it in mass quantities. But basically, I've just set up a requester and a provider to make chests and things like that. It's just so much easier now with bots, because I can just do this for the little crap instead of having to find a way to fit it in. I'm running 500 construction bots and 500 logistics bots at the moment, and that seems to be plenty to keep up with things. I mean, there's other things that are slowing me down, copper production, stuff like that, that we keep adding on to, and that sort of thing. Our uranium is all taken care of. We got it all back where it belongs, what have you, so that's good to go. I've added some more factories to kind of keep up with the production here. I've kind of gotten things balanced out a little bit better. I've added some speed modules to some of this stuff, just to kind of keep everything going and flowing. We're getting there. We've got 11K so far in our rocket. We're gonna fill this puppy up, and the reason we're gonna do that is we're gonna take this up, and we're gonna set up a station around Claudius orbit, and I think that's where we're gonna operate out of. I think all of my planets are gonna become mostly mining outposts. Maybe with the exception of this one, because I've got so much odds and ends, little stuff here. I hate to give it up. I think we're going to keep it here and keep it in reserve or whatever. But we're going to start transitioning to Claudius. One of the things that we're going to have to do that is we've got a station up in Navis orbit. We're gonna deconstruct all of the stuff that's there. We're gonna barrel up all of the fluids. It's gonna take a few trips, and that's fine. Once this rocket is full, and we can send that to Claudius, and we can worry about that. In the meantime, I've been thinking about the various things that I want to do over on Nilaus, and come up with a bunch of blueprints that we're going to go ahead and plop down over there and let them start building that. And that way, when we're ready, we can go ahead and mine. So let's go over to Nilaus. So nav, Nilaus, view surface. All right. So I've been playing about with this a little bit. You don't have an inventory when you first go into this. I don't know if there's a way to set it up. I'm still learning all of this. But one of the things I did do is I made a second copy of my blueprint book. So I can put that in here. And now I can open this up. And it has all the stuff that I want in it. So we're just going to set up some little, again, bootstrap mining, or bootstrap construction operations, just like we were doing down on Navis, just to kind of let it do some things. So let's open this up, see what we got here. Find the ones we're after. No. Okay, that's one of them. Need to get this a little better organized. That needs to go up there. That's not one of them. That's one of them. That's one of them. So it's these ones right here. So the first thing we're going to set up is we need to start making all of the other inserters. So let's plop this sucker down and have it start making all the other inserters. And it's already preset to do that. It's just we need the bots to supply the stuff, and then it's going to start making all of our inserters. Now, I don't know if we are making whatchamacallit yet, and it does not look like we are yet. Our provider and our whatchamacallit chest. So we may have to swipe or you know what, we can do it this way. Let's do it this way. Let's go here. We're going to grab a factory. We're just going to do it right down here. We're going to do that one and that one. And then we're going to do that one and that one, which is what we should have done first. And that one and that one. Goes into, goes out. And then we're going to tell this one to make those, this one to make those. And in order to make those, we need steel chests, green and red. So we're going to tell this one, oops. We can't tell it because we don't have it there yet. So let us do this. Because one of the things we're needing, and we don't have it, is the ones that we need. So let's get rid of these so that we can put them in the system and use them. Because we screwed up. We'll put them back down in a second. And then once those pick those up, they should put them down here where they belong. let's do this the easy way and put that there. Now that should have brought us the provider chests we need, right? The requester chest and the provider chest, except it's still, well, it's still taken out of those. Okay. Let us do this first. And I wonder, we can fool it into doing it, because what we can do is, I know we've got these two here. So what we'll do is, as soon as they are empty, and it's you know, slowly but surely emptying them out, that'll put them in supply. We'll put those in there, and then we'll have them pick up these chests, and then we'll have them in the system because they'll have to be in storage. Right? Right. That's the theory anyway. Unless it tried putting it down someplace else. There they are. Alright, so now, for this one we need green, red, and iron chests. So we need iron chests. We need green. We need red. And for this one we need same thing. So we'll just copy this to this. Right? And then we need one, apparently, for building iron chests themselves. Figures. That there. We want that there. 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 Why is that not? Oh, because it's not hooked up. Okay, fine. There. Screw you. Q. Alright, so now this one is going to make iron chests. Right? And now that that's got some in it, we can tell that. To pick that up. And now we should have what we need coming into the system, what we need going out of the system. And then we'll want one of these here, one of these here, one of these here. Right? So that should be bringing that into there, that into there. This one needs, or not iron chests, steel chests. This one needs steel. There we go. Alright, so there we go. Now we got what we need being produced here. Right? It's going to come in here. This ought to produce all of the stuff that we need for logistics. I screwed up. I should have done that one first. I didn't. And then we ran into the problem we ran into. There we go. Why is it doubled up here? Did I screw up? Okay, I screwed up. Fine. You know what? Let's completely erase it. Apparently, I moved as I was doing things. So there we go. All right, there. Right? So now we are making all of our inserters. So down here we're making all of our provider chests, all of our requester chests. Here we're making all of our inserters. And this is all being done remotely. I'm not on this planet. So that's what's really kind of cool about this. All right, so next we want no. All right, next we're going to want poles. And we're just going to do fit as much of this in here as we can. We might as well just stick it all in here as best we can. That's going to make our little poles. That's going to make our medium poles. I don't know if we have enough power there or not. We may need to put something in here for power. Screw it, we'll just use whatchamacallits. Because I'm pretty sure we're making them now. And if we're not, we will be. Alright, so there's our two poles. Now, I don't know. We'll have to go through, I'm going to have to go through here and look and see if we are making whatchamacallits. And I don't think that we are. So let's do that while we're here. Alright, so these need 4 things, no big deal. So we want first we want our gazinta and our gazetta. Let's do a gazinta first and a gazetta first. Right, so we want one of those, we want one of those, we want one of those and one of those. And then we want this puppy. And then this, once it's there, we're going to tell it to make these. Now, we want copper cable, red circuits, concrete, and steel. So, copper cable, red circuits, concrete, and steel. The other thing we need to do with these is we need to set these properly. Okay, that one's already set. The ones that I already made are already set. So these ones are already set. They're only one stack a piece. Okay. So that is making us our inserters. It's making us all of our poles. And it's making us our substations. Okay. Next. Next. All right. So these next ones are things that we need to build the stuff that we want to build. Let's put this here. Let's put this here. Let's put this here. And we don't need many of these, we just need some. We need a crusher. We need something to make our vulcanite cubes. And we need something to make electric steam generation. So, the electric steam generation and the crusher, we're going to do the same thing we were doing. Plop this sucker down here and let it go ahead and do its thing. And it's got power, so we're good there. And then we want our crusher, and we're going to stick him in right here. And he should be one pile. He should be one pile as well. That gives us all of that. So that is going to give us all of the items that we need, theoretically anyway. We're gonna watch and see if any of these are not filling up. Because if they're not filling up, then we know we're not getting something that we need. Alright, that's getting that, so it's putting one in there. This is our last priority. We're not really in a hurry for that. It is getting what it's needing. It's just slow on it because they're not, you know, very fast. And that's fine. It'll catch up eventually. These will all fill up. So we are getting one of those. We are getting one of those. We're getting one of those. One of those. One of those. One of those. We're just not getting this one yet, and that's because it's the last one in the heap. But we are making them. So since we are making them, we're okay. Now, this, are we not making iron sticks? Yes, we are, apparently, because there it is. Oh, and then it's immediately taking them away and bringing them over here because we're needing this. So eventually this will catch up with itself. This is making these. This is making these. This is fixing once we get enough steel plate. And we are getting steel plate to make these. So that's, we're making all the stuff we need. It's just not fast, and that's fine. We're okay with it. How are we doing on our input for resources? Oh, it looks like we are doing just fine with that, and there we go. So we're going to let this cook for a while, and then we're going to come back to it. In the meantime, let me show you what other blueprints that I made. This one is to make the vulcanite cubes, okay, because we need the vulcanite cubes to work with. Then we're going to be mining the vulcanite, which means we're going to need to crush the vulcanite. Right, and once we crush it, then we got to wash it. Once we wash it, then we can make the cubes with it. So that's what those two are, okay? We're going to put the crusher in and stuff, and we're going to mine, and that's going to go in to make our cubes. Once we have our cubes, then we need our cubes to make these things, these little pearl-looking things. And those are needed in order to make our dust for our hemolite, or whatever it is, which is going to allow us to make ultimately our plates. So there's a process that has to go through with this. Now there's 3 of these, because I played around with 3 different ways of configuring the feedback of this, because when you process this stuff, that dust, each time you put in the washed crushed stone, you get out a little bit, but you also get out you get out dust, but you also get back some of the crushed mineral. So it has to go back into the system multiple times until it finally crushes down. So it's a feedback loop, and I wanted to figure out a way so that it didn't get backed up in the plant and then shut the plant down because the plant was backed up and it couldn't get rid of it. So I blueprinted out 3 different ways to do that. And we're gonna sit down and see which one of those 3 ways works the best. But that's what we got going there. Is we've got that started. So now the next thing I want to do is we want to go and we want to look, and I think, let's look at the map view. So there's vulcanite all over hell and back, right? This homonite is up here. There's one here close by, one here close by, but it looks like we got a fair bit of it up here. We got vulcanite here and this here. I'm trying to decide where we want to set up our operation between the two, because what we're going to do is we're going to start running our network out there, and I think we're going to do it here. I think we're going to have it here and bring it down here. So we're going to start running our towers up this way. So let us go back down over here and let us do this. And that should be, is that within our construction? Yes, just at the edge of the construction, which is what's nice, because then we can do that there, and we can go power pole, power pole, power pole, right? And then we can go Roboport, power pole, power pole, Roboport, power pole, power pole, and it's going to take a while for him to get out here, I know. And what I should probably do to do this easier, and we're going to do that right now, is we are going to do this. There we go. Now oink. Right, and that should bring us over to there. Right. And that should bring us to there. So now that should slowly allow them to creep up here with roboports to this patch, and we want to go over to this patch, right? So let us grab this again. we go. Now, when we come back, we should be able to mine both of those patches remotely, because that should all be built. So there it is, guys. Let's go down here, take a look, see how this is doing. Yeah, I pissed these guys off big time, huh? Look at them all going. Man, they're going nuts. We might want to add some more bots to our system. I don't want to overload it. We don't have a whole lot of resources here. And it seems to be doing what we need it to do. So I'm not going to screw with it anymore. I think, if memory serves me right, let's make sure. Yes, we are making roboports. And we are making bots. So we are good to go. Alright, guys. So there it is. That's got us going. It's going to take these guys, you know, time to get out there and get back and get out there and get back. But if we look at our map now, we have a logistics network almost all the way out to that patch and one to this patch that we can now tell our bots, go out there and mine. And we are nowhere near this planet, which is just amazeballs to me. I'm quite happy with this. This is kicking some ass. So now we'll be able to start mining both of these. We don't know what we're going to do with it yet, obviously, but we can start mining it. We just got to wait for these ones to fill in. There we go. So the distance is right to connect those, which is good. Just a couple more and that will be connected. So there's what we got going, guys. That's that. Let us do this now. Let's put this stuff back in. Let's get rid of that one. Back in our blueprint book. And then we're going to put this back in our game blueprints just to make sure that we don't lose it when we get out of this. Now we're back. We're in Navis. We have not left Navis. So, you know, but we can go back here and we can look at Alaz. And it's doing the shit we want it to do. So as long as we remember to put our book back in our game blueprints when we're done, we shouldn't lose it. So that'll be able to do that. That's got us going, guys. So yeah. So we're gonna basically continue to march on getting this mined and getting this mined. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's do this now that we have we can tell them to start clearing these. And I'm pretty sure that they have access to cliff explosives as well. So we should, in theory, be able to let them just do their thing, and they should take all that stone and put it in storage. And we'll do something with the stone later. But now we just let these guys do their little thing. And it's going to take them a little while to do it because, you know, they got a distance to go. But we're not worried about that. We just want them to do their thing. And let them go. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a stone deposit because I think I have a stone pickup. And what happens is, if you have them picking up stone and you have them depositing stone, you end up with this feedback loop that's never ending. So I don't have them putting stone into storage any place in particular. I'm going to probably at some point have to figure out a way to do that. Missing instruction robots, see map for more detail. Oh, yeah. That's just to pick the stuff up. I'm going to have to figure out a way to do that to where we don't create this loop that just is a never-ending loop. But, you know, for now, I'm not going to go crazy about it. We got what we need, right? So we're going to let that cook. And we're going to let this continue to fill. And, you know, it's getting there. We got 12K. It's a balancing act on you know, on these, what you call it, the low density structures, as to them being fast enough and these being too fast and vice versa. So we're probably going to take some of these modules out. I think half of them. We're not going to take them all out. We're going to take half of them out and leave half of them in. That should kind of balance out. We may or may not take this one. Now, the reason I took them from this side to this side is because if this fills up, or this, you know, runs out, these are going to be the first ones to fill up. They'll shut down first, vice versa. So I'm taking them from the ends just to kind of keep it all flowing. So there it is, guys. That's what we got going. Just a quick update. As soon as this gets full and we can go to Claudius orbit, we have a chest here set up, and what I've got is I've got the makings for a return rocket. I know solid rocket fuel is not the way to go space-wise. It's take up barreled fuel. This was just easy because I'm already making it, and since we're not really going to be pressed on space, I'm going to hand carry all this stuff up. It's not a big deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically just taking up a landing pad and a launching pad. And I'm taking up a storage warehouse. And we're going to put the storage warehouse next to the landing pad and then hook up the inserters so that they put everything in storage. Then I'm taking up a roboport. And I'm taking up 50 construction bots. Everything's going to go into the warehouse. Now, what I may do is I may send up some logistics bots and a couple of provider and requester chests, and maybe a factory or two, so that once we get that up there, we can start building at least little stuff autonomously, and I can send robots up by themselves and then tell the bots to build stuff up there as well, just like we did in Nilaus. So we're getting a little more remotely operated and independent that way. That's kind of the goal at this point. So there we go, guys. That's what my thought process is, and that's where we're headed. All right, I will. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye.